Okay guys, let's start with कि heart में in the heart what different sounds we can hear. Now number one is, let's say the blood comes. Okay, so blood is coming in this, and similarly from the lungs in this, right? And then here the valves open. Here also the valves open. Now you have to always memorize one thing, that whenever there are pathological valves, for example stenotic valves, for example TS or mitral stenosis, whenever the valves open there is a voice, that is opening snap. Okay, so here we come with the opening snap. Okay, now it has opened and now it will close. Whenever the blood comes here, now it will exert a back pressure, then the valves will close, right? So now the valves will close. That means after the opening snap we will have somewhere our S1, right? So we have opening snap, and after opening snap we will have our S1. Okay, so one more thing, whenever the valves open, if my blood is coming with a very rapid filling, with a very strong force, I will have my S3. Okay, so what do you think? That opening snap is the opening and the valves of the valves. S1 is the closing of the valves. So where will the filling occur? Filling will occur between these two. So S3 will always be between the opening snap and S1. Similarly, S3. Right. Okay. So now we have opening snap, we have our S3, and then we have our S1. Now when there is S1, we will have a closing of our these two valves. After S1, what will happen? Within a few moment, like milliseconds, what will happen is, this is my pulmonary artery and this is my aorta. Now after closing of this valve will open up, right? Obviously the blood has to go somewhere. This valve will open up, and opening of these valves is the ejection click. Why are we giving it a name, that is ejection click? Ejection click means it is ejecting out the blood from the heart. So it is somewhere similar to the opening snap, but it is for pulmonary and aortic valves, right? So obviously with S1, when these are closing, after a few seconds or milliseconds I would say, this will open and it will lead to a sound, that is the ejection click. I can write it as ejection click, right? And after that, after the ejection click, this pressure will increase and close this valve, and this valve will close, and we have S2. Now after all this discussion, we can have a summary. Okay, the blood comes in the atria, then it comes to ventricle, that will give it a opening snap, then it rapidly fills up the atria, rapidly fills up the ventricle in the rapid filling phase, that leads to S3, and then this will close, that gives S1, and then now this valves will open, that will give us ejection click, and then after some time this valve will also close when the blood will come through it and passes the great vessels, right? So we will have S2. Now organizing all this, starting from the S1, we will start from this. Okay, this is the chain that goes and goes on. So starting from this S1, we can have S1, right? Then ejection click, then S2, then again come to the first one, then opening snap, then S3, right? Okay, now if you want to add something, if there is heart failure, we can also have S4, that always comes after S3. Okay, so here S4 will happen whenever there is heart failure, and this all these sounds S1, S2, S3, S4, whenever they are present in heart failure simultaneously, we have tuck 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 tuck. So it will come as a horse is being ridden, right? So it's like a gallop rhythm, right? The horses are running away. So like it will be covered in my upcoming lectures. So this is it that we have to know, that S1 ejection click, S2 OS, and S3. Now you can you can remember it as we have S, then dash S, then dash S. Okay, so 3 S's and then dash dash. Here E comes first, then we have ejection click. O comes later, then we have opening snap, and here it comes as 1, 2 and 3. S4 is optional whenever there is heart failure.